Hello friendos, it's Bella from the Bookish Badger, and today I'm going to be showing you my Cozyathon TBR. So Cozyathon is a readathon hosted by the wonderful Sylvia Kay, and she did another one similar to this back in October, and basically the premise of Cozyathon is to not cram as many books as you can possibly read into the time span of the readathon, but rather it's to get cozy and enjoy the books that you are reading during the readathon. That being said, even though I don't have many books on this TBR, I am definitely using this readathon as motivation to really sit down and read the books that are on this TBR. Another thing I like about this readathon is that it runs from today, February 1st, to February 15th, so it's a good chunk of readathon. It's a half-month readathon, so it really gives you time to delve into the books that you're going to be reading. And with that, let's get to the challenges and my TBR for them. The first challenge is to read a book with red or pink on the cover, and for that I'm going to go with Watchmen by Alan Moore. For those of you who don't know, my brother and I are going to be doing a collab on each other's channels where we are basically giving each other a book that we like to read to the other one, and we're going to be reviewing and talking about them on one another's channels. So he gave me Watchmen, which is a graphic novel, and it's supposed to be one of the best graphic novels of all time, so it seems like I'm gonna be in for a good one. And as you can see, it's got the red on the cover. Yes, the red is a blood splatter, so it's not exactly Valentine's-y or festive or even particularly cozy, but it works for the challenge, so that is what I'm going to be doing for that one. Challenge number 2 is to read a book with a sweet title, and this one I don't have to hold up because I do have to order it from the library, but that book is Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett, and I just think Good Omens is a very sweet title. It just sounds pleasant and calming, but it is about the end of the world. But on the other hand, it's supposed to be a very funny book. It's on a lot of Goodreads lists as like funniest book of all time kind of lists, so that should be cozy, right? It's funny. And also, Neil Gaiman is my favorite author now, which is pretty cool because before I didn't really have a favorite author. I just had favorite books, but I've really just adored every single book I've read by Neil Gaiman, so it's become my mission to read as many Neil Gaiman books as I can, so that is why I'm going to be reading this one. Prompt number 3 is to read a book about love or relationships, and for that I'm going to go with the one that I'm currently listening to, which is Winter by Marissa Meyer, which is part of the Lunar Chronicles series, which Cinder will be representing today, even though it's the first book in the series and Winter is the last, but oh well. So this prompt doesn't exactly fit Winter because it says about love or relationships, and Winter has a lot of love and relationships in it, but they're not exactly the main point of the book, but they're definitely a predominant theme, so it's the one that I'm going to pick. It's a stretch, but it works. Prompt number 4 is to watch a Disney adaptation of a fairy tale and then read a retelling of it, and for that I am again going to be going with Winter from the Lunar Chronicles series because it is based on Snow White, so I'm going to be doing it in reverse order because it says to watch and then read, but I'm reading and then watching, and it works out well because we own the Snow White movie on video cassette tape, by the way. Old school up in this, but I haven't seen the Snow White movie in a while, so it will be nice to rewatch it, I think, and to rewatch it right after reading a retelling of it to really be able to compare the two, and so that is why Winter is going to be doubling up for this readathon. And number 5, the last which book to read related prompt, is to buddy read a book. And for that I'm going to double up on Watchmen again because even though Q is technically not reading this book at the same time as me, he's reading a book that I like and I'm reading his, so it kind of is like a buddy read type of thing to me, even though it's not reading the same book at the same time. So I'm going to fit it into this prompt, even though it's maybe not the traditional idea of a buddy read. So that's it for the strictly which book to read related prompts, but another thing about this readathon is that there's another set of prompts that are kind of like what to do while reading prompts, and those I will read for you out of my trusty notebook because there's a lot of them and there's no way I could remember all of them. So number 1 is to read in a coffee shop or tea room. 2 is to read while eating or drinking chocolate. Really like that one. 3 is to read while eating cake or cookies. Love that one too. Number 4 is to read while eating popcorn. I am in love with all of these food related prompts because food is just like my favorite thing. 5 is to take a walk while listening to an audiobook. 6 is to visit a romantic place and read there. 7 is to read wrapped up in a blanket, and come on, it's called Cozyathon, and being wrapped up in a blanket, like how much more cozy could you get? Number 8 is to read until midnight. 9 is to have a reading date with a friend or a loved one. And 10 is to buy yourself a bookish present. For these prompts, I didn't strictly set for myself which book I'm going to be reading while I'm doing whichever thing it is, because it's just kind of like whichever one. I don't want it to be that strict, I want it to be relaxed and cozy. It's called Cozyathon. But at any rate, I do plan on doing, if not all, definitely most of these. So that's it for the TBR, but quickly before I go, I would like to say a huge thank you to you guys because last week I reached 100 subscribers and that was just such a cool moment for me. I know there's been this huge YouTube demonetization thing where now the new requirements to be monetized in your videos are to have 1,000 subscribers and to have 4,000 hours of watch time, which is just beyond ridiculous, but I could go on and on about that. But really, the way BookTube has responded to this whole fiasco has been so kind and so wonderful and awesome. It just shows what a great corner of YouTube BookTube is, and it really warms my heart to know that in times of this weird YouTube change, BookTube responds in a way that it's like, okay, let's all support each other, let's all subscribe to each other and watch each other's videos and comment and like and all of these things. Anyway, just a huge thank you to all of you guys, and I'm going to be watching as many videos of your guys' as I can because I really want to reciprocate and to just keep this ball rolling of all this amazing support and just loveliness going on in the community. So with that, just thank you so much. That is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're participating in Cozyathon, if you've got a TBR for it, if you've read any of the books on my TBR, and if you have opinions on them, or if you've got opinions on the YouTube demonetization thing, which I'm sure you do, all of it, any of it, please leave it in a comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. If you enjoyed this video, do not hesitate to give it a thumbs up. Do not hesitate to subscribe for more content coming soon, and I will see you in the next video. Bookish Badger, signing off.